Hi, I'm YouTube's K8MRD, and we're out on Lake Grassy in Lake Placid, Florida. We're going to do something that's either going to be really stupid or really genius, this time on Ham Radio Tube. And today, we're joined by Captain Ahab, aka my dad, Gary, W4GRD. Say hi, Dad.
How you doing, guys?
That's all he's got. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's my last day here in Florida, and my dad's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any filming stuff to do. Can't really do a POTA because, I mean, we could, but I've already activated everything around here. So we can go on the boat. Like, what are we going to do on the boat? We'll find out here momentarily. Weigh the anchor. How much does it weigh? I don't know, I forgot. We're on a rigid inflatable boat that my dad named Ribbit. Very clever name.
My wife
about as clever as Ham Radio Tube.
Yeah, my wife named it Ribbit.
So this is gonna be the most hobbled together thing that I have ever tried. Obviously, we're out on the frickin' water. The hardest part of this was convincing my dad to take his 7300 out on the water. He wasn't trying to do that. Fortunately, because I am the better son, I built my dad the football. So now he has a 100 amp hour battery box, just like mine, because he wouldn't stop crying about it. And his birthday's coming up, so I figured why not. So we've got this antenna from Alpha Antennas that they just gave me at the Hamcation. I think it's called the FMJ. So we're gonna set this up and we're gonna put it in the rod holder. But I got all kinds of pieces to put together. And huge shout out to Chat Radio, because they have this little multi-connector adapter thing. And if I didn't have this, this wouldn't be possible. So huge shout out to Chat Radio, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go check them out. They sell all the radios, all the things. When I go to Hamfest, those are the guys that I prefer to spend my money with because they're good people. I probably spend at least a couple $100 with them just on power poles. So we've got a metal spike, and we've got some wires. This is like an off-center fed vertical. So first I'm going to untangle the wire, but this is actually the other radiating element that'll all make sense once I untangle this wire. So hold, please. Okay. So we got this little ring here, and that's gonna go here. And then we have this matching unit. This is so not a review of this antenna. I wanna be very clear, I have very, very low expectations of this working, not because of the antenna, but because of what we're doing. Let's make that clear. So another whip is gonna go here. This is the other half of the antenna. And then we have, I don't know if we need this, but this is another ground wire for like actual ground. Now, before someone comments, why don't you throw those radios in the water? Well, first off, this is fresh water, so that will do absolutely zero. I don't want to. And that's as good enough reason as I need. So this other side of the antenna, we're just gonna kind of leave in here. Sure, good enough. So then we're gonna take this telescopic military whip and probably extend it the wrong way first. Steve, don't hate me for what I'm doing with your antenna. All right. Hopefully at least a few people are cringing for what we're doing though, because you know, some people don't like to experiment with ham radio, but the goal here is to do some maritime mobile, okay? So now we're gonna take the spike here, and then we got this to make it a little bit fatter, which may or may not do anything. I'm gonna stick that in the rod holder. And then we're supposed to take this other wire and clamp it onto something here, and we'll just put that there. I'm going to take the other side of the radiating element, and I'm just going to wrap it around the boat. And hopefully not poke a hole in the boat. And I'm sorry that my dad is a horrible cameraman, but there we are. That should do that. Okay, so that's part one. Next, I had the wherewithal to buy another power cable for my 7300 because I cut mine a bit short and I've been using it that way for a few years, but just wanted one a little bit longer. My dad's 7300's power cable doesn't have power poles on it, so fortunately I had this. So we can plug our power here. And some of you are probably saying, well, there's no fuse on that wire. Well, there's fuses built into my battery box, so I don't need to worry about that. Here's the thing. I've only got a little bit of RG316 coax that has BNC on it. So here's where chat radio saves the day, because they got this little adapter kit. I have no idea what it's called, but I can find it. If I can find a link, I'll drop it in the description. So we've got a female BNC to PL259, so we can connect that to the radio. But then we still have a BNC over here. And we knocked over all of our things, which is what happens on a boat. No big deal, because chat radio has given us this handsome carrying case. Now, there is some other stuff in here. So we need to go from BNC to PL259, but I don't have another PL259 thing. So we're gonna go SMA to BNC. There's that. Take our little cover off. And then this coax from chat radio has an SMA to SO239. And then we have a male-to-male PL259 that we can plug like that. I mean, it doesn't get more hobbled together than this, boys. This is what ham radio is about. It's about experimenting. And then the last experiment is our coax going to be long enough? Now we can plug this into the antenna. And check this out. That's it. Alpha antenna FMJ going out. Just like a fishing pole. So we're fishing for contacts. Here's a better look of where the ground wire plugs in there, and that's just here in the transom. And yeah, let's see if we can make a contact. All right, we're on 20 meters. We hear someone. There's a POTUS station out there. No tuner. The signals are not very strong, but my will is. And there's a lot of people spotted on 20. Let's try 15.
Delta, Tom from Tennessee is a 5-9 New Jersey.
There's New Jersey on 15.
Great signal.
Let's try this.
15's on fire. All right, I was just getting ready to do last call, so we're going to hang around a while. Good for you.
You ain't gonna do last call until I say you're gonna do last call.
This is Kilo 2, Whiskey Papa Alpha, New Jersey. Kilo, good.
Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta, Maritime Mobile.
Mike Echo Sierra, go again.
He did not hear me.
Now
I got the tuner on. It was like 3-1, maybe 4-1 SWR. But look at this setup. None of this has anything to do with this antenna. This is all I had.
Kilo 2, Whiskey Papa Alpha, New Jersey.
Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta, Maritime Mobile.
Okay, Kilo 8, give me that again.
Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta, Maritime Mobile.
Oh, wow, red carpet is rolled out. I know you, Michael. Good afternoon. Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta. You're a 5-9 to New Jersey.
Nice.
US 1611. And also US 6544. Go ahead.
Roger, both parks. I am Maritime Mobile in the middle of Lake Grassy on my dad's boat here in Central Florida. I got you about a 5x6, 56.
Copy 56. I watched you you down there in the Plantation. I hope you and your compadres had a really good time there.
Absolutely, man. It's always a blast, and it's a blast sitting on a boat using a crazy setup here. I'm making a video. You'll have to check it out when I post it.
Absolutely, my brother. Again, I appreciate you, everybody else. You're one of the reasons I got into POTA and loving it.
Oh, that's awesome to hear, man. Well, I'm glad you're out there doing POTA, and I'm glad we could make a contact.
73s. Be safe. Catch you later, my friend.
73, KMRD. There we go. It works. It works. How stupid is that? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Steve, don't hate me for doing what I'm doing to your antenna. I don't believe that's working. That is crazy. Yeah, we're just not hearing anything on 20. Doesn't have anything to do with the horrible way the antenna's set up at all. I bet if this were salt water, we'd probably have a lot better luck. Fortunately, there's beer at home.
We have salt shaker at home too.
And we have a salt shaker at home, so we can make salt water. Maybe we can get Pennsylvania.
JP3 CVO, yours is?
Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta Maritime Mobile. Sometimes great ideas are only great because they're fun, not because they're going to work well. All right, I'm going to try 15 meters one more time.
WB5, YBZ calling CQ at
This is Oklahoma. Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta.
Exit K8 Maritime Mobile, over.
Yeah, Roger, Rick. Call is Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta, Mexico, Radio, Denmark.
Okay, K8 MRD, very fine. You're sounding good. I just looked at the estimator because I was writing it down with my antenna. But I'll give you a signal report next go round. How copy, over?
Yeah, very good. Got you about anywhere between a 5.3 and a 5.5. I'm just sitting out in the middle of my dad's lake on an inflatable boat with a vertical whip sitting in the rod holder. So I got a 7300 hooked up to a battery and just spending some time with my dad after hamcation.
Okay, that sounds great. How much fun is that?
And the only thing that would make it more fun is if I had a beer in my hand. Yeah, we just kind of hobbled together a bunch of parts and made it work. So I'm happy that we're making contacts. I just made another QSO on 15 meters and decided to come up here to 10 and tune around and heard you calling CQ, so thought I'd come back to you.
How long is your antenna?
Well, it's an alpha antenna. It's kind of a loading coil at the bottom and then about a 10-foot whip, one of those military style whips, and then there's another it's kind of an off-center fed vertical, so there's another like 25 feet of radiating wire connected to it as well.
Oh, how much fun is that? That's great. You know, we have a lake called Lake Hefner out here. Winterfield Day, I think it was Winterfield Day one time. It's some nice weather. We went out to, anyway, Lake Hefner, and I had a 43 foot and a by LDG, and that particular antenna went out, but telescopic vertical antenna. And for the radio, I had a bare wire. I tied around a rock and threw it into the lake, and I was going all over the place. It was a lot of fun there, over.
That's great. Yeah, I didn't want to throw any of the radials in the water. It's fresh water, so it's not going to do anything. I just got this antenna, so I don't got to get them wet. I don't want to get them wet either. But yeah, me and my dad were just sitting around the porch saying, "What do you want to do?" And we're like, "Let's go screw around with ham radio on the boat." So yeah, that's what we're doing. So it's pretty great.
So Phase 73, enjoy the day, and I'll catch you later. K8MDR, WB5, YBZ, I'll be clear on yours.
Proud of that. Good chatting with you, Rick. Again, the call, Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta, Mexico, Radio, Denmark. Thanks so much for the chat, and have a great afternoon. 73 from Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta.
Okay, I'd written it down right. I probably said it wrong. 73.
Happens all the time. 73, KMRD. So there you go, a little bit of rag chewing on 10 meters with WB5YBZ. Thanks, Rick. How cool is that? We're both like 5'3" to each other. Freaking amazing. Amazing. You never know what's going to happen until you try.
Oscar. Whiskey on fun night.
Let's see.
Whiskey Lima. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Yankee Victor 5, Whiskey Lima.
Yankee Victor 5, Whiskey Lima.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Yankee Victor 5, Whiskey Lima. Yankee Victor 5, Whiskey Lima. CQ Parks.
Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta.
Kilo 8, 1 moment.
Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta. Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta.
QSL, my friend, QSL. Kilo 8, Mike Romeo Delta. 59, my friend, 59.
Roger, you are 5x2 in Florida. What was your park number?
Okay, my friend, my park number is Victor Echo 0052. Victor Echo 0052.
Roger, 0052. Thanks for the contact all the way to Venezuela to Florida. And I'm sitting in a boat in the middle of a lake right now.
Okay, you're fishing.
I'm fishing for contacts, absolutely. I've got a vertical antenna literally in the rod holder right now.
I fishing too, okay? Fishing too, pick a bass. Okay, in my color here, you wear my photo. Okay, my friend, thank you.
Thanks so much, 73. That's Venezuela. Venezuela. We just got Venezuela. Like New Jersey, Oklahoma, Venezuela on a freaking vertical, a multi-band vertical. This thing's supposed to be resident 80 through 6 on a rigid inflatable boat with my dad. And we didn't bring beer. This is the second time we've came out on the boat and we didn't bring beer. We turned around the first time and got beer. So I'm going to call that a success. That is freaking fun, and I'm glad you guys came along with me. And hopefully this inspires you to do dumb shit like this, because you never know unless you try. Don't ask questions. Ask yourself questions and then do it. My name is Mike, K8MRD. That's my dad, W4GRD. And thanks for watching Ham Radio Tube. We'll see you again. 73.